Hello, everybody. I hope you guys don't hear this echo. I have some sort of echo happening today. If you're hopping on, make sure you say hello. Hopefully, we can get shared over and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm hoping that you guys don't hear that. If you hear that, I apologize. I don't know what else to do. It's just going to be one of them days, right? You guys, this is so much fun. If you're hopping on, please make sure that you say hello to me and let me know that you're here. Let me double check that I am where I'm supposed to be. And I can share myself over. Let's see. Let me pull my page up here. You guys, I have never had this echo problem before. I don't know what is happening. I have a feeling that my headphones are bad. Let me see if I can hear it on here. I'm just being quiet let me see if I can hear it on here. Let me see if I can hear it on here. Yep, most definitely. I apologize. I'm not sure how to fix that unless we just took one of our cameras off. We may end up doing that. So, not a big deal. Let's see. I'm going to take see. Is that better? I don't know if that's better or not. Well, anyway, we will just leave it like that. Hello. I apologize for the echo. Don't ask me what's happening today. I'll try not to drive you crazy with the echo. Well, you know what? Let's try this. You guys, I am so sorry. I have never, ever had this issue before. I don't know. Hey, Renee, how are you? See what I mean? Wonder if I left that. Let me try this. See if this. No, about you guys probably can't hear me. So anyway, I'm right here. I shut my other camera off trying to help with the echo and it's not helping. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dang it. Makes me mad. Bum. See if that helps any. Anyway, let's just get started. I'll just do this camera right here. Apologize about the echo. I don't know what else I can do about it. You don't hear an echo? Okay, I can hear it. So hopefully you don't hear it. That'd be great. I'll just do the one camera and not worry about it. You guys don't need to see my face, my crazy face anyway. And fantastic. Isn't that funny how I hear things and you guys can't hear things? Okay, enough chit chat about that. You guys, today's a fun day with Decoupage Central, and we're doing all the fun things from sunflower related. Okay, so I pulled out a couple of sunflower papers that I have. I absolutely love this one with the little bee on it right here. And I'm really, you know, this is an older paper from Decoupage Central with the cow. I'm really digging the cow. I went ahead and cut out this fun little frame here. And what I was kind of thinking was, I was thinking about putting our little cow on this little frame right here to put around it. I mean, he has sunflowers on there, and do some blending of some of the colors and stuff to go around the outside. I think that would be cute. That's one project that I do want to do right there. The other project was, I have this board right here. This, what are these called? Whatever, washboard right here. I picked it up at the Goodwill. It's been in my stash for a minute. But I was thinking about taking these two guys here, and I can't get the whole thing on, but I could get them on good enough to put those two sunflowers with the bees. And then I got out my IOD mold, sunflower mold, and I was thinking about using my casting resin and pour some sunflower molds and then put them on this part down here. So those are all my thoughts. Lots of thoughts. Lots of things going on. So I even pulled out a white vase, and my friend there, Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa, yesterday put some sunflowers on a glass piece. That was absolutely amazing. So I don't know. Let's just get started. I think what I'll start with is let's get this poured here so that these can be getting become solid, so that we can get them out of the mold and stuff. And I'm kind of thinking when I look at this, I'm going to be able to put, I don't think I'll be able to put two sunflowers on, but I think I could put the big one on, maybe the stem, and maybe a couple leaves. I was trying to decide if I wanted to try to get the little one on here too. I just don't think I can. So we're going to do that. And maybe we'll grab him and a couple leaves. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just see. Let's just get this started right here. Now, if you guys haven't done the casting resin, this stuff is amazing. There's my friend Mary from the Painted Peach. And I see Miss Jeannie from Jeannie's Pelt. I see all kinds of friends on here. There's Renee. Fantastic. Okay. So let's just get started here. If you guys don't know, Miss Melissa has caused a problem in the crafting world by showing us this magic casting resin. It's all her fault. It's all her fault entirely. She has caused a major uproar. Just teasing you, Melissa. But anyway, we've all fell in love with this stuff, and I've seen a lot of us starting to use it. It is very nice to use. I used it the other day on a project. You can't see it. It's behind me. I forgot I changed my camera. But that's what we're going to do. You can use the clay. The clay works just as well. You know, it's just exciting. Just exciting stuff. Okay, so I have quite a bit that I want to do. So I'm going to fill this all the way up to the top. It's one to one. So I'm going to fill this all the way up to the top because I have quite a bit that I want to fill in here. Now I will tell you guys this, Michael still has this stuff for has the 40% off coupon. So if you're thinking about getting you some, get it ordered. I'm not sure when that sale gets done, but I'm sure it's going to be very soon. So make sure you go get you some while it's on sale. So I'm going to lay that right up there. I'm going to put my lids back on so I don't dump it over. Right like that. And then you're supposed to stir this for about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to stir, 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 stir. It is much easier than clay. Now, yesterday I used some clay because I did some stamping because I was so excited about the IOD release that we had yesterday. I just was stamping clay all over the place. I just filled up a ball jar with a bunch of different clay pieces, and I loved doing that. But it is a little easier on the bigger things like this. You're absolutely correct. I don't think you'd be able to stamp on it. You'd ruin your stamps, but for this kind of thing, it's a lot easier. Now if you've never used this before, you can feel it starting to get warm. Okay, and it will be warm in your mold, but it's not hurting your mold in any way, shape, or form. So, here we go, stirring, stirring, stirring. So, I hope you guys are all having a great Saturday. That's probably 30 seconds. I don't know for a fact, but we're going to call it 30, right? I've got little pieces of stuff on my mold. I'm going to just start pouring it in here. Start filling it in. I got to pour it real fast because I want to make sure, I hope I poured enough stuff to fill this one. We might have to do another batch which is perfectly fine with that sale going on at Michael's, you guys, for this stuff. I ordered quite a few new things of it. So, because I love it that much, I'm going to get all the way out here to the edges. Yeah, this is going to fill this whole thing. And you know what, you guys? I don't worry about the crazy stuff. Like, let's say we get this all done and I didn't get all the way to the edge or whatever with this. That's okay with me. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to just kind of fill it in the best that we can. I'm going to kind of work that up into the corner there. Because this stuff is thick and it does dry fairly quickly. I probably should have done a bigger batch, but we're going to make this work. If one of my petals has a funky end on the end of it, we'll just pretend like the rabbit in the garden got a hold of him, right? We're not going to make a big deal. I definitely want to do the stem, and I'm thinking that I want to do this leaf too. So we're going to go ahead and make some more. I'm probably not going to. Now, it does tell you about how much that you should use on there, but look at it drying. See that already? So I think let's just fill it up again. Let's just fill it up again. I'm just going to use the same container. Probably shouldn't, but we're going to. I'm just going to fill it up again. If I pour too much, I pour too much. No big deal. No big deal. If I have to, I'll grab another mold and make some little pieces. I have little pieces sitting around here from different molds and stuff that I've done that I just have made. I haven't even put them on anything yet because they're just sitting here waiting. They were just extra pieces. So anyway, you just poured a bunch of resin the other day. Yeah, I know. I watched Melissa do this and it was just so cool. I had to get me some. Then I tried it and I've already been through a whole box of it. So I've used a ton. Anyway, there's Crafty's Carla. I was just watching you. You guys, up after me is Carrie. So make sure you go check her out. Her link is up in my description. So my mind is completely blank. I'm going to pull that back up over here because while I stir that real quick, you guys, I don't want to say her name wrong, and I will say it wrong if I don't look at it first. If I don't check it out, then I will definitely say it wrong. Her link is in, well, I just clicked off of it. Keep stirring, Christy. Do two things at one time, right? Here we go. I need to pour this. All right, so I definitely want the stem. So I need to, that's kind of thin there. I need to be kind of careful. Right there. Looks like it's kind of gel-like, so you got to be kind of a little bit careful when you're pouring it, because if you don't want to pour too much, but you definitely want to fill the whole thing. Let's do this guy here. Why not? Right? Looks like I'm going to have a bunch extra. Let's see, you suppose that's enough to fill that up? Definitely could do the leaf, I know that. Just like that. Let that dry right there. Now I still have some resin, so I'm going to pull out. I have this guy sitting right here. I don't think there's enough for that. I'm just going to grab another one of my molds here and just do some pieces because we don't want to waste the resin. And we can always use these pieces on other things. Now this mold right here, woo, that's the small area. Look, it's already dry and this might not work. Oop, look at that. You guys see that? That's already dry. So we waited too long. Just pull it back up out of there. See how it started drying? But we got a little bit there. No biggie. No biggie. Okay, we'll let those sit over here. Those might not come out very good. But anyway, because we piddled around. I piddled around too long. So anyway, so let's get started. on getting our this guy semi-painted so that we can get our little pieces of this beautiful sunflower with the bees on there and stuff. Now, I don't know if I want to paint the whole thing or if I just want to leave it the wood color and just work on the inside. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to grab a sanding pad right here because there's a little spot up there. It's got something on it I didn't notice before. There's like some gummy stuff on here. So maybe we'll just paint the whole thing. Okay, so let's grab some white paint right here. Grab a plate. Don't have a plate. Okay, so we're just put it on our paper right there. So that resin stuff is amazing. I'm telling you. It makes it nice and easy. Now I'm going to just use this chalk paint. I like to use the, this guy is way too wet. Let me get a different one. Right there, I just pulled it straight out, but he was wetter than I thought he was going to be. Okay, so I like to use the Rust-Oleum chalked paint. And the reason that I like to use the Rust-Oleum chalked paint is because I can buy it in the quart and then I just put it in the FIFO bottles and we go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the pretty much this side of it. And then we can kind of antique it up. I'm not going to worry about getting every single little spot painted. Just going to do the best that we can. I'm going to need to put another coat on in the middle there where we're going to put our papers so that our papers show up nice and bright and all that. Now I do have some wax over there that we'll probably put on here or some antiquing glaze. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We're just going to let the project talk to us as we go along here. So just going to go down. Now, yes, I'm going to end up painting the sides and the back. I don't know that we'll do that right this minute because we want to have all the pretty things, the pretty parts done. So I won't bore you with just painting. But if you'll notice, I'm not trying to get every single little spot. I'm just trying to get some white on here. Because like we said, we're going to end up putting some glaze and antiquing this back up. Probably bringing it back to about the same color that it was. But hey, you know, whatever works. So I'm going to go right along in here and get this edge. I apologize that you can't see me from the front. I thought maybe shutting that other camera off would help with the echo. That's too funny that you guys can't hear it though. And I can. But oops, way too much right there. You guys, stuff like this, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, paint can be painted over, can be wiped off, things like that. I'm not saying you should be a slob, like I'm a little bit being a slob here, but don't, you know, can a project because you get a little paint where you don't want it. We can take care of that. Not a big deal. So I'm just going to go right down inside there like that. Let's go ahead and get this another coat in here on. Just like that so that this can be drying. You guys see the molds over here? They're really turning white. They're about ready to pop out of there. It says it takes about 10 minutes for them to cure. So you only have a couple minutes to work. That's why that turned hard on me a minute ago. So you got to kind of work quickly with it. You can't dilly-dally. Okay. So I think that looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and get this side over here because I can, you know. It'll drive me nuts if I don't. Hey, Barbara Lucas, how are you? Barb Lucas, sorry. How are you doing? Thank you for sprinkling. I greatly appreciate it. You guys, this is fun. This has been a fun thing. I want to thank Carrie for helping get this all put together for us and organizing it a little bit and all that kind of fun stuff. This has been exciting. I'm sure there's going to be lots more because everybody was very anxious to do this. Just to show off all the fun things at Decoupage Central. Jonelle really, I probably say her name wrong, but she just takes care of all of us very well. You know, she lets us know things that are going on, and we all just love her to death. And we love the projects, the beautiful papers that she comes up with. We do she has the IOD stuff, the Pentar, all that kind of stuff available there. So it's kind of like your one-stop shop for that kind of thing. So follow the page, follow the Decoupage Central page, because you're going to get to see not only everything from today, but you get to see stuff all the time. There's stuff shared in there a whole lot. Barbie or Barb doesn't bother me. Okay. I just seen Barb and Barbara came out of my mouth. It's too funny. I know some people are picky about what you call them, but yes, make sure you follow the page, because not only are you going to see everything from today, but there's stuff all the time being shared in there. So Melissa from Junk and Craft Treasures, I believe it's every week. It might be every other week. I could be wrong on that. She goes live on the Decoupage Central page and shows you some new projects happening and new items there. I'm going to sit him over to the side, and we're going to get our little water pen. Let me grab my water pen over here. Guys, I don't like straight edges, okay? That is me, entirely me. I like my stuff to be torn and things like that. So what first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across here, and I'm going to get this paper separated from the top page, okay? Because we're probably going to use that on another project. I mean, why the heck not, right? Okay, but what I mean by that is, see how those are kind of hairy and edged like that? That's what I kind of like. So I'm going to just come around like this. Now I know I'm going to have to cut some off the bottom because it won't all fit on my thing, my project right there. But we'll worry about that here in a second. But you just kind of get that wet. Now, if you wanted to be very careful about, you wanted to make sure that it was torn in a certain spot, okay? If you use an eraser, okay, see, I have a little more control over the tearing of it, okay? Even though it's wet clear down here, I had a little more control. As in when I tear it like this, I don't have quite as much control over where it's tearing at. You see what I'm saying? So a good little trick there is to get your pencil out, your pencil eraser, and that helps you get your edges a little bit closer to how you're wanting to tear them. Or use your fingers like I am right here. It's up to you. But I do use the eraser quite a bit. Okay, so we have that one right there. Let's go ahead and get this guy cut out. Not really cut out, torn out right here. I just want all that white off of there for right this minute, and then we'll decide from there, you know, what more, you know, if we want more torn off or whatever. Now, rice paper is a little thicker than like a napkin. Actually, it's a lot thicker. Don't listen to me. It's a lot thicker than a napkin. So you have to really put a lot of water on there for this to work. Now, see, I've got water clear to here, but I don't want to tear that far. So here's a perfect spot that I should use my eraser to help control that, because that will dry and it'll be fine. Okay. So I'm just going to flip this back down like that. Let's put the lid on that right there. Just like that. Hi, Christy. Or hi, Christy. You said Christy to me. What type of paper do you use? This is all rice paper that's available from Decoupage Central. There is a link up in my description that will take you directly to the sunflower collection. And you can get these papers right there. Okay, so now look. All right, I want to put both of those on there. All right, but I want you to see if I cut it off here, if I cut it off right there, it's going to be that much of the flower, but show up there. So I'm going to kind of even it out a little bit. All right. So I'm going to kind of, I think we might even just glue it on like that and let it come up over this edge here and maybe up onto the underneath part there. Then we're going to do the same thing with this one right here and just let it come up over the edge. I mean, why not? How beautiful is that going to be to just do it like that? Now let me pull out my whole drawer in my cabinet there. I did not mean to do that. I'm going to pull out some distressing ink, and I'm going to pull out my pen tart glue. Hold on a second, you guys. I have some that's open. I don't want to open another one. Okay, so I'm gonna, this is also available on Decoupage Central, my Decoupage Varnish and Glue. I love using this stuff. It works very, very well. Let me grab my brush that I like to use for this. Here he is. So I have this crazy brush here, and I just get the bristles soft again because they get kind of hard. I clean it real good, but it still gets a little bit hard. Okay, so we are going to start. We're going to start right here with putting some of this on. Now I'm going to put a little bit on, and we're going to start laying our paper down, and then we'll add more to the top up there and wherever else we need it. Okay. All right. The other fun thing about the rice paper is it's more forgiving than like your napkins and things like that. You know, you've got time to pull it back up, things like that. Like, see, even though I've got it glued there, see, I can pull it up a little bit and get some more underneath there if I need to. Okay, so I want to find something. We'll use this. Okay, I'm going to come down here, and I kind of want to hit that crease in there. Okay, so I'm kind of just swooshing that down in there like that. All right, same thing up here. Okay, I want it to be all the way in the crease there. I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to grab me some more glue, and I'm just going to kind of pull this down a little bit and get some glue up underneath there. All right, and then I'm going to be going over the top of it anyway. So to help lay it down, I just did that right there. Same thing over here. Just get her down. Just get her down. Now, we already put some on here, but we'll do some more here. I'm just going to shove that down like that. Okay, and I'll go ahead and swoosh this down over just like that. Isn't that pretty? I think that is so pretty. Thank you. Oh, welcome, Robin. Welcome. Hello from Minnesota. How's your guys' weather doing across the country? We have super winds today is what's happening here. I'm in Indiana, and it looks like it's not real dreary out like it has been. Yesterday the sun was out good, but it's not like dreary, like, you know, springy dreary, but we're supposed to have wind advisories and things like that taking place later today. Actually, I think that was supposed to take place at 1, so it's probably happening now. While we're on here, the wind, I live in the county, and the wind is so horrible out here. We have all kinds of issues with wind. Like your flags and things like that, your little garden flags, they don't stay around here. Indiana's pretty flat, and it is super windy out here in the county, but that's okay. But I hate it when they do say that we have wind advisories, because the house that we live in was my parents' house. My parents built it when I was in 3rd grade, and we bought it from my mom after my dad passed away. And at one point, when my parents lived here, the back dormer blew off from winds. And then since my husband and I have lived here in the last 10 years, I think it was like our second year out here, the roof blew off again. So we do have some exciting winds and stuff that take place out here. So I hate it when they tell us we have a wind advisory. Makes me nervous. I'm just going to give this a quick coat over the top. I do like to seal my projects. If I don't seal it with the varnish and stuff here, you know, like let's say I printed something off and I didn't want to get it wet on top because I'm worried that I'm going to smear my inks or whatever. I will spray it with a spray instead of going back over it with this stuff. I'll just use it on the bottom just so I don't smear my inks because I love all the colors and things like that. This I don't have to worry about because, of course she uses a lot fancier printer than I have here. So another good thing with that too, or just a thought for you guys to think of is, I meant to do the edges with this, is if you do print your printables off, because there are printables that you can just purchase and print off yourself. If you take your printable and you put some parchment paper over the top of it, take your iron or your press or whatever you might have, and just kind of set that ink, it helps. It does not make it so that it's completely non-smearing, I guess you could say, but it does help a little bit with that. Okay, so now that's fun. That's fun. So what we can do here is I can either take my distressing ink right here, that's pretty darn dry, and hit it like this. I could get some wax out and use some wax. I'm just going to use this because I have it right here. My wax is underneath the table over there. But use what you have, okay? On these fun projects like this, use whatever you can find that you have. I just don't want it quite so stark white. I want to tone it down a little bit. And this'll tone it down, okay? So whatever you want to use, and we will get our stuff out here in a second. Now I'm going to use the glue that I'm going to use to put my sunflower down, and of course we're going to have to paint her too, and I'll paint it first, but I'm going to use Stick Fast, and I was reading on it and it says it does work good for metal, so I don't think I'm going to have an issue with that. I did not mean to hit the camera, you guys. Let me just hit this real quick up here. Like this. But yeah, you could use some antiquing glaze or whatever. You don't have to use ink. It's just kind of what I had sitting here, so that's what we're going to use. Okay. Good enough. We're going to stop. Good enough right there. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think that turned out kind of cute? See, I love that. Even though it's 2 pieces, I think that looks really nice up there. We could write something on there if we wanted to. We could put some little bees and things like that. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this out of the mold, okay? Now, you wait till you see all this. See, look at that. Nothing left in there. Look at the detail that's on this. Is this not beautiful or what? And here's our leaf and our stem. And a little head there, and there's that. And look, our mold is perfectly fine, just like that. Now let's come over here with these molds that I just kind of stuck this stuff in. Now this was, see where I was dribbling? This was pretty much already starting to cure, but I still got a lot of detail there. Okay, so even though I was trying to hurry and it wasn't working exactly how I wanted it to work, I still got a couple pieces there. And see, I've got a couple pieces here that I've, like I said, I had extra stuff that I've done. All right, so now I want to see about how we're going to stick this on here. I kind of am thinking maybe, I don't know that I'll use the big leaf, or maybe instead of that, we can put him on here, and then maybe, we kind of need more stem, don't we? Or we could just kind of put those guys on there. We don't even have to just put the sunflower on there. Maybe this guy here. Or let's see. I just want to see exactly what we're going to want to do right here. Look, we could just do that right there even. You know? Whoops. Making all kinds of noise. We could put the big leaf. So I don't have anything to connect that there, but that's okay. We could just, nobody pay any attention to that, right? I think I might save that for later. I think I'm kind of liking just playing just this with the stem and maybe one leaf. Just kind of like that. Because up here we just have, one. I think we'll do that. Let's do that. So I need to take these off of here, and I'm going to go ahead and paint them before I glue them on. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that I can get the sides and things like that also. So I'm going to grab some orange paint, and I'm also going to grab some yellow paint. This is Marigold. That's pretty. Let's just use it, and we'll do some browns and some greens right there. Okay, that's a pretty color to use right there. Yeah, I like the little leaf and stem. I do too. So I'm going to just, here we go. And look how easy this is to paint. So easy to paint. And look at the stuff just pop. It just pops right, all the detail and stuff just pops right off of there. But see, I wanted to get the edges without getting it on my project. And I know me. And I would end up having paint all over that washboard where I don't want it. So that's why I decided to do that. You guys, I was telling you that Carrie is up next. And I was looking her page up because my mind was blank on the name of her page. Sparkle Mountain Creations. I knew it was Mountain Creations. Sparkle Mountain Creations. Her link is up in my description. You guys, we're all new to each other and stuff like that. So we're all really getting to know each other. But we do, let's see, we go until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Central Daylight Savings Time, whatever it's called, which here where I'm from, that means we'll be going till Melissa will be last from Junk and Craft Treasures, and she is on at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, which is my time. So we'll be done at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, so 7 o'clock Central Time. So make sure that you keep watching and following along on the Decoupage Central page and all that kind of stuff to see all the fun things that we're doing today. But look at that. Even if you didn't go through and kind of put some darker colors to really pull the details out or whatever, however you want to say it, just like that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's grab some brown for the center right there. Just like that. I'm going to grab some brown. And I'm just using the same brush because it doesn't bother me that there's a little bit of yellow on there. That it's all going to mix up together. Now, I'm going to go down here. And I kind of want to come out on the leaves a little bit because it does, it doesn't just start and stop in that one spot. Okay. So I'm going to smear it out just a little bit. So when we get done here, we redid our bathrooms about a year ago, and something has happened with our faucet in one of the bathrooms downstairs. So we had to go buy a new faucet. It was leaking. Can't figure out where it was leaking from. So we decided to just go buy a new faucet. So my poor husband's downstairs trying to put a new faucet in the bathroom, the girls' bathroom down there. And So when we get off here, I'm going to go down and see if he needs any help. And then this afternoon, my stepson's birthday was this week, so we're going to go out to dinner. We're going to go out to Outback. So I may have to watch some of you guys on replay, but I will get you watched. Okay, now, see how I've got that line there? I don't like that. I'm going to kind of wipe my brush off, and I'm just going to use my brush with just a little bit of paint and just kind of dry brush that up to pick up those top edges so that it pulls, you know, all the color there. Now, I could grab some orange and put some orange on here too, but I don't know. I'm kind of liking how that looks like that. So just you do you on things like this, what you like to see and stuff, but not a pretty sunflower. I think I might just stop. Sometimes I have to tell myself, okay, Christy, you need to stop now, because I will just keep going and keep going and keep going. Now I'm going to pull out my favorite green in the whole world. This, thank you, Jeannie. What color of yellow did I grab? I grabbed marigold. Marigold. I have a whole one of those tiered trays over here, and all my paint's upside down like this. So a lot of times when I pull out, I forget to look to see what I've got there. And I used nutmeg from Apple Barrel for the brown. And then I'm going to use avocado. I love this avocado. I love this green color. It's not a Kelly green, and it's not a super duper deep green, but I think it's a perfect green. It was and I'll tell you the funny story about when I found this green paint. I was at Meijer's. I do all my grocery shopping at Meijer's. And up at the front during Thanksgiving time, fall time, they had a little craft display there that had some paints. And they had this avocado. And I walked by, literally stopped in my tracks. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at that green. I'd never seen this green color before. I was like, look at that green color. And my granddaughter's with me, and she's like, what? And I walked over and grabbed it. I said, I'm buying this paint. And she's like, how did you see that, Grandma? It was way over there. It's like, I don't know. I just seen it. And it was like, I have to have that green. I have to have that green. Now, look, I don't want to get paint all over my hands. So just like with your wood projects, grab your piece of tape. I'm going to get paint doing this, but put your project on a piece of tape like that. Put your piece. And look, I can hold it and stuff with the tape. See that? And then I'm not painting my fingers. You know, it's not so bad getting paint on your hands. It washes off. I know that. But what we tend to do is, because we're so excited about stuff, we go grab something that we're not supposed to grab, and then we've got paint stuck on it. Okay? I love this. I absolutely love this. I'll make sure I got the ends. Okay, so I'm going to take this same brush that has that brown on. I'm going to put a little bit more brown on there, like that, and kind of whoosh it off a little bit. And I'm just going to dry brush over the top of my leaf and my stem there, just to add a little more other color on there, just because I can, just like that. Okay, so there's our leaf. Isn't he pretty? And then here is our stem right there. I'm going to set these over here out of the way. I'm going to grab my dryer and get these pretty dry, and we'll stick that on there. And then I think we may move on to our cow. Our cow might not take very long. I was going to use some salt wash with the cow, but I'm not sure because of the frame that I'm using. Or should we do the other? We could put this guy. We could put this guy on here. So I could put that on and put some salt wash around. We might do that instead of the cow. And I can do the cow at a later time. So I just want that dry so that I don't stick my hand in it 100 times and get it all over the place. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the stick fast. It says it sticks to metal. We'll see. If it doesn't stick for some reason, then I will just re-glue it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking along the lines of this right here. Now, what do you guys think? Just kind of like that. You guys like that on there? Now, should I dry brush this metal a little bit with some white or some off-white or some yellow? Or should I just leave it like that? What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know. Because I kind of feel like it the leaves kind of get lost on the darker metal. So I don't know. Do you like it like that? Or should we take, I don't know. I don't know. Or should we just take maybe just a little bit of this? Wait a minute. Leave it. You like the metal? And dry brush it. I was kind of thinking, I'm just going to do this just to see. Yeah, I'm not digging that either. I'm going to just cover the whole thing with it because I started it. Probably won't stick anyway because that's acrylic paint and this is metal. I'm just going to leave it, you guys. I put that a little bit of yellow in there. It's not going to hurt nothing. Okay. So, easy peasy. Let's see where we were. Get everything put back on here how we want it. Kind of thinking like this. Right there. Kind of do that. Probably wouldn't hurt if I would have made another leaf. See, I just don't like the big leaf. I could have made a smaller leaf on there. I'm second guessing. Let's don't second guess. Okay, so now I need to know what I did with my stick fast. It's right there. I like to use this glue on a lot of my project. Put a little gold on it. See, that's kind of what I was thinking. I wonder. Ooh, I don't have any gold rub and buff. I have other colors. Let me see if I did it with my finger other than the brush. So just kind of making those pop. It might not even, like I said, it might not stick because this is just regular acrylic paint. Let's just do it. Let's just put some on here. Let's see. See, I think that looks kind of cool. Maybe some gold on here. But anyway. Fun stuff here. See, I'm kind of thinking in person you can see it a little bit more than you can on camera. So I wonder, maybe if I grab some of this brown too. We're just going to leave it alone. I think it looks good like that. See, it just added just a little color. I think it'll make it stick out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here for the 16th time. Right here, like this. Okay, so let's get our sunflower on. Now, I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to, if this doesn't stick, like I said, I'm sorry I told you to use it. But it says it'll stick on metal. Okay, now I might have to go in and get my little points and stuff after it starts to dry a little bit more and to make it really stick good. But we shall see. So let's turn this over. And I'm going to put it on like this. Right there. I'm just going to hold that down for a second. So get some more lighter color on the, that's a good idea. A little bit lighter of a green on the leaves to make them pop a little bit. Maybe even some yellow. I wonder. Let's see. Yeah, see, that can make that pop a little bit more. That's a good idea, Kaylee. Thank you. Kaylee. See, it kind of goldened it up. That feels like that's pretty good and stuck. So I think we're good there. I've not used this stuff on metal. That's why I was kind of iffy about it, because I didn't want to tell you that it works real good. It says it does, but you know how things say they do, but whatever. What I love about this Stick Fast too is you don't have to clamp it down. I use it a lot for my wood projects. I've got a laser and I do a lot of cutouts, and I use it a lot for that. And by using the thick or the medium instead of the thin, that's the thick, it gives you a minute to get your stuff arranged how you want it. Okay, so it doesn't like stick immediately, but once you press down on it, it's pretty much stuck, you know, so that's a good thing. You know, so it dries real quick, but yet you have a couple minutes to get it done on there. Because I'm really loving how this is turning out. Now, here's the fun part about something like this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? We can do something different back here. Same thing, but different. See? So cool. So cool. I love how this turned out. Hi, Mama. How are you? I don't have any bee molds. I need some bee molds because that would be perfect to put a couple bees around there. I'm going to have to look to see if IOD has any and get some little bee molds to put on here too. But I absolutely love how this turned out, you guys. I think it is adorable. So I like it. I like it a lot. So let's go right over into this one. Now what you're going to say, what is that board that you have? I cut this out. I have these frames that I can cut out to do. See how this goes together? Like that. Well, I'm not wasteful. This is what came out of the middle. Right there. So we're not going to waste it. We'll use it for something. And I can use it for this project right here. And then what I can do is I can set it on like an easel. Well, I can't show you that way, but like an easel to set it up. It's kind of weird looking, but it's okay. That's okay with me. So I want to paint it white so that my colors and stuff pop really, really well off of there. So let's grab some white paintbrush here that we have. I still have some white paint out, and let's just get some paint on here, and then we'll do our paper real quick. This wood, you guys, I'm telling you what, it is super duper dry and really sucks up the paint. It's winter time, you know, and the air's dry everywhere, and you know your wood will do that too, you know, just like our skin gets dry in the winter and stuff like that, so does our wood. So this stuff really has been sucking up the paint. So what I've been doing is I've just been adding just a little bit of water to my paintbrush to help spread it a little bit. Now by doing that, I'm thinning my paint out a little, and I have to sometimes put an extra coat on or whatnot, but you get the idea. So anyway, we'll just go along here real super fast and get some white paint on here, because I think I might get my salt wash out if we have time, and we're going to blend the paper onto here with the salt wash. So I'm going to need a little more paint over here, or a lot, it don't matter. I always end up squirting out more paint than I could use. I'm wasteful that way. I shouldn't be talking about that, but I tend to be pretty wasteful with my paint. So, but the reason you paint under your papers, your napkins, your papers, and things like that is because it will make the stuff really pop. Whereas if you left it, you know, even though this is just a light color wood, it will be a little darker. It won't, your colors won't pop. I'm gonna just stick my dryer on that for a real second, just a real quick second here. We're gonna grab this right here, and I'm gonna get my edges all crazied up. My husband's talking real loud downstairs, if you guys can hear him. It's on the phone. Does that mean we're getting older? Because when my husband gets on the phone, I've noticed this. He talks really loud when he's on the phone. Are we getting old? Is that why? Oh, yes, Dominique, this is fun. This is fun. I'm sure that we'll have a bunch more because I think everybody really has enjoyed coming together and getting to know. It's a good way to get to know each other, you know, too. We set up a little chat and we've all been chit-chatting about things, and it's a good way to get to know, you know, your community, you know. So it's a lot of fun. Love that. Love that. Get the center dried a little bit more here. Got 6 minutes. Yeah, did your husband talk loud too? I mean, like, I could hear exactly what he said all the way upstairs. He's all the way downstairs. So I thought, well, maybe we're getting old and we talk on the phone loud. I don't know. We're kind of crazy. Okay, what did I do with my, there it is. I have stuff all over the place, you guys. But if you follow me, you know that is the norm for me. I have such a mess when I get done crafting because I just start sticking stuff all over the place. Now I'm just going to stick that on there like that. And then this little jar here. I had to order more of this because I'd used so much of it. So use the whole jar up. I find that satisfying when you buy something and you use it all up. It's like, oh, you know, I'm so proud of myself for using it all up. Oh, now I know why he's talking that. He's talking to his brother. But can you guys hear him? You can hear him. I don't know what they're talking about. His brother talks real loud too, so every time he gets on the phone with his brother, kind of sounds like he's on speakerphone. Normally I shut my craft door, but I thought, oh, it's not gonna be a big deal because he's gonna be in the bathroom working and I'm not gonna have to worry about it. But apparently I should have shut the door. I apologize, you guys. So anyway, there, that looks beautiful. You guys, I want to show you. We got like 2 minutes. You can hear him. Yeah, I apologize, you guys. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll just go shut my door real fast. And then I'll show you guys some salt wash stuff. Let's see if that helps. Sometimes people don't think when they're doing stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take this yellow. You guys, if you don't know what salt wash here, this is salt wash. What this does is add texture to your project. Okay, it makes it really, really cool. Like right here, this is Melissa's. You can put it on in layers with the different colors and stuff like that. And then you can actually sand it down smooth, but it still looks like that it's worn. Okay, now I usually don't sand mine down, and I do not have a project over here that has salt wash. This does. Hold on a second. See if I can get this out from under here without making a mess. Okay, now here, this has salt wash on it. Now see, it's all chunky. If I don't sand it, if I sanded that off, it would look like Melissa's. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some yellow. I just want to show you guys how much fun this is to use. I'm just putting a little bit of paint and a little bit of salt wash here. Okay, and I'm going to mix it up with my mixer guy here. Okay, and I just want kind of like a brownie batter type of thickness. Okay, so I want to add just a little bit more to that. Just like this right here. Okay, that's near not enough, but I'll add more in a little bit because I'll have to do it when I get off. Now just take your chippy brush and get you some paint, okay? And look, I'm just going to kind of go right along these edges here, and I'm going to add texture to make this piece of paper look like it kind of blends in with this board. And I'm going to use browns, and I'm probably use some blacks, and I'm going to use some greens and stuff, and I'm just going to add all kinds of fun color on here, and I'm even going to kind of go a little bit over the paper just to add some of that texture over the paper like that, and it'll look like this is all just melted into that board. Isn't that beautiful? Like I said, the brown will really help make it look really mixed up in there. Okay, so I will take a picture of that and show you guys. Go check out Carrie, Jiminy Christmas, you guys, from Sparkle Mountain Creations. Her link is up in my description, and make sure that you why my laptop won't turn on. Oh, it wants my password. Never mind. You guys make sure that you follow along with them and check everybody out and all that kind of fun stuff. And I will see you in the comments. And oh, Joey, this salt wash is amazing. I love using this stuff. I use it on a lot of my projects. It just adds such a fun texture because see, like right here, I know I gotta go. I could take this brown, even though this is still wet, I can take this brown and I can dry brush and hit the tops of those, or I can make more salt wash and put more. It's too wet, but you get the idea. Guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better tomorrow, and I will post pictures. Bye-bye.